All right, I was just going to share with you a little bit about what we learned this weekend. So this weekend we learned about dry needling, specifically the pelvic floor, but more deep hips and inner thigh, because the pelvic floor is highly affected by the things that live around it. Removing the glute max, there's your glute med right below it. Below that's the glute min. And then you have your piriformis and the rotators. The special thing about the hip rotators is one of them is specifically a pelvic floor muscle as well. This is your obturator internus. If you've had pelvic floor pain, odds are this muscle is to blame. You can palpate it vaginally, but you can also address this externally. So for people who do not want internal work, this muscle is great for us to release because it jams that hip into the socket more. We can actually also approach it anteriorly. We can go through the hip flexors, which attach to the pubic bone and often need to be addressed. We have another rotator, a little bit of a septum or a membrane, and there is that same muscle. So this muscle is super important to address to make sure that everything is talking. Anterior to that is the adductors. So all those attach right to the other side of the bone. They're important in stabilizing the pubis. The sartorius is a hip flexor and also runs down into the inside of the knee and helps to stabilize the pelvis. A huge stabilizing factor is your psoas. This muscle is super important with diaphragm breathing. If it's tight, it comes down and compresses the hip. It compresses the discs, the spine, all of the things that the nerves have to come through that muscle can be affected. That's why it's really important for you to get everything addressed and assessed. Give us a call if you have any trouble.